I just thought I'll make this really small, tiny, mini live thingy that I have not told anyone about, to tell you a little bit about what's been happening for the last 2 days. As you can see, we have the internet again, and hopefully this is not just a one huge pixel, and that you can actually see a little bit. I will show you a little bit around in the garden and the house that we have rented here. We are in Cape Town. We are back from Namibia, and as you probably know if you're following us on the email, we had zero internet in Namibia, so I wasn't able to show you most of the things. I did send emails as much as I could, and if you're not on our mailing list yet, please jump on. You have to go to the.world.is.home.family, so the way that this channel is called, same thing. And then you just sign up and you'll be following this journey with us, and many other journeys to come, because we have month of May and month of June discovering the castles of Loire in France. So that's going to be 2 months of traveling around in France, which is going to be quite wonderful. And we are going to do something really interesting in September. We're going to try our life on a boat. So yeah, for those of you that know me and us and my family, you know that we're trying to live on a boat, but there is a little problem. We don't know how to sail. So yeah, it might sound silly. So my dad is a captain, and he has told us that we are totally crazy and land crabs, and we will never pull this project off. And he might be right. So what we're going to do is that we're going to drive to the Balkans in September in search of an ancient civilization that has been forgotten and many people do not know about. We're going to drive all the way to the Lipinski Vir in Serbia to discover that. So really stay tuned for that one. And in the meanwhile, we're going to kind of make a little like a detour to Croatia, where we're going to rent a boat and just, try to learn a bit, maybe start a license, not to take, because it takes a bit longer than 10 days or so. We'll see how it goes. I just want to check how it goes with the kids. We did a bit of sailing, as you might have known, if you followed us in November in Madeira, and that was lots of fun. We did find our ideal skipper, who is definitely going to come with us if we do this thing. But I don't want to talk too much about it, because it might be that in September we're just totally turned off and we are real land crabs, as my dad says, and it's never going to happen, but we're going to see. So guys, those of you that don't know us, please do jump on the.world.is.home.family, jump on the list. We are right now doing our Africa tour for a month. So we've been, well, when I say Africa tour, I just mean Southern Africa. We've been to Namibia, zero internet. We're in Cape Town now. We rented this lovely house a couple of days ago. It hasn't been all that easy and smooth. Well, the worst thing was the car, which we couldn't rent because there was a problem with the operating systems of the cards in Belgium, and our cards are issues there. So basically we couldn't give them a guarantee thingy. I don't know what's it. Anyways, I'll skip you the details. Point of the story, we couldn't rent the car. Luckily we had some cash. We got here. We already paid for the house, so that was fine. But last night, so yesterday we had to spend half of the day going fetching the car in the airport. We first went to the city where they told us to pick it up. It was a rental from Hertz. I do not recommend the company. And then we picked up the car in the airport again. So we went back to the airport the day after, which was really silly. Anyways, we've got the car. Last night we had the first night after 2.5 weeks of traveling, where we decided to just be without the kids and go out and have dinner, just me and Serve. So for those of you that don't know, we have 3 little kids. We travel with 3 small children, and we travel around all our life. So basically our lifestyle is traveling. We stop at different places for 2 years, about 2, maximum 3 years. And then in between that, we always do trips of a month here and there. So we've decided to share this with the world. And that's why we set up The World is Home. There's a lot of things coming there, a lot of materials that I'm going to give to you people, both on traveling in general and also lots of educational materials for kids. So hopefully that's going to be very useful, and I hope to share that with everyone. So yeah, that's going to be free for people, so you can just go and download that once that comes up. So to finish the story of the car, we went to the restaurant. We have a nanny here. She stayed with the kids, and well, the car died. So after having a lovely dinner, finally, some time for ourselves, we are pretty exhausted. I must tell you, we're pretty exhausted. I think Survey forgot to turn off the lights. We have rented something this size. I mean, we went from this giant Jeep with tents on the roof and crossing Namibia on our own. Never had a problem. We arrive in South Africa, we rent a matchbox. I mean, I didn't rent that. I don't want to blame anyone, but I didn't rent that matchbox. It was cheap, super cheap, and you get what you pay for. Yeah, you really get what you pay for. So actually, it's such a small car that I don't know, the battery just drains quickly, or I don't know anything about cars. Point of the story is that the car died, and there we were in the darkness, no car. Luckily, there was a lot of very friendly and cool people that took care of us and pushed the car around forth and back. They were so funny. They were even saying that, hey, a car like that, I can push you all the way home. So yeah, that was fun. And we eventually got the car going and got back, and everything was fine. But just to tell you that the first 3 days in South Africa have been slightly, not without adventure. Yeah. So now today is a bit windy and a bit cloudy. As you see here by me, we have a nice pool. So I think we're going to do a little bit of just sitting around the house and sitting in the pool. The kids are not here, and that's because they went to the shop with Dad so that I can finish up some emails. And this is what I wanted to tell you. I am working on the email of today. It's going to be out in about an hour. And hopefully everybody wrote me a lot of things about like, where are the animals? So yeah, there's going to be a lot about animals and biology. I'm going to try to put as much as I can today, but I don't want to like bore you in one email. So you can be sure that there's going to be some more good educational material. I'll show you my desk here. Let's see if I can switch the camera. Yeah, so you see, this is what's going on here. There's a lot of animal stuff going on, and all my notes are going into the computer. Here's like the inside of the house. It's really funny because it's from the 50s or 60s, but you see this giant chimney that's going to be really nice and lovely tonight. Everything is like if somebody left it 100 years ago, So it's really old-fashioned, but it's neat and clean, and we have some service here, and yeah, it's a really lovely place. It's got an upstairs with a few bedrooms, and it's quite nice. We're quite happy with this house. It wasn't expensive at all. It's much less expensive to live in this nice area than to go in the center. Like when we first arrived in Cape Town, we stayed at Camps Bay, and we paid much more for the small flat than we paid for this huge house with several bedrooms upstairs. So it's worth it if you have a car that works. And I mean, like literally, you really have to have a car if you want to be out here. But we are next to this national park of the Table Mountain, and we can just, it's just lovely, and the air is nice and it's cool. All right, I'll hop on my computer again, or dig in and try to finish this thing off and send it out. And then today, for the rest of the day, we're just gonna like walk around in Cape Town and do maybe some shopping or something more, like nothing without a huge plan, just like walk around on the streets, preferably not get lost and go to the bad areas. But yeah, we're gonna, like, if we can go live, I'll show you whatever we are seeing. And if we can't, then as usual, this evening you'll get a second mail, because I've been catching up on last night's mail because we went out and I didn't send it out. So there are the news. Everything's fine. We have another 10 days or so to go. I have lost count completely at about day 12 or 13. So I don't even know what time it is, it's like, and day it is. I think it's the weekday, yeah. So yeah, you lose track a little bit. And as you will see in my email, it starts with the words that an African guy said to a colleague of my husband's one day. You Europeans have your watches, and we, the Africans, we have time. And this is definitely true, because that's how you feel Africa is. Africa's really take it easy. You can see the nanny that comes. She always walks slowly. She speaks slowly. No problem. It's always like that, and I love that, because I'm all stressed up and hysterical and running, and like I'm a big city girl, and I feel like I have to catch the train all the time. But that's not the case here, and that's really lovely. That's also why we're gonna like do nothing today, just a nice nothingness, and we're still gonna show you the city if we can, or whatever we discover. So stay tuned for more. I posted this one on YouTube. The rest of the stuff that we've been making has been on Facebook and some on our Instagram. If you jump on the list at the.world.is.home.family, you'll get a welcome mail that tells you how to get on our private group on Facebook, where we will post much more, and also how to follow us on Instagram. That's Twish Family with an underscore in between Twish and family. So yes, Twish stands for The World is Home, obviously. Yeah, guys, hop in on the list if you're not there yet. And if you are, hello from South Africa, day around 20ish. And yeah, talk to you soon. Bye.